So that way now anyways, but.
Oh,
that's still.
for sure.
Change the behavior. So.
That's what I keep hearing, but you know how it is.
We don't have the official.
No. I seen the open the Cummer Bridge.
Yes, it is. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call of the council, please.
Smith,
Here.
Anderson, absent, Arcano,
Here,
Burbank, absent, Ferguson, here, Bender, absent, Green.
here.
Oh, Mackenzie just jumped on Zoom.
Okay, and let me know if Connie comes on.
Will do.
All right.
So we just need a motion.
Motion to excuse council member Burbank and Bender.
Bender, yeah.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay. Any agenda modifications this evening?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carries.
Oh, state of the library. Look, announcements. We have a state of the library update on this. I'm not gonna try that last name. Gretchen. I'll go with Gretchen.
Casserati.
Oh,
My name is Gretchen Casserati. I am neither German nor Italian, but here I am. And I'm the executive director of the Pierce County Library System. With me today is Lindsay Sharp. She is our supervising librarian at the Buckley Library. Thank you all so much for giving me a couple of minutes of your time this evening. I know you all are busy folks and have a lot of folks that want to share things with you. As a junior taxing district, it's really important that we have good relationships with all of the municipalities across our county and service area. I just started in my job in 2022, and so I'm still getting to know the folks across Pierce County in my role. So I work for the library system, and Lindsay is here in the community. And so we'd like to share a little bit with you tonight about what's happening at the library and answer any questions that you all might have. Please go ahead with the next slide. Thank you. So our library system, almost 80 years old, serves the unincorporated areas of Pierce County and the annexed cities within. So for us, we have 19 branches, 20 buildings. Our administrative center is in Midland, Clover Creek Collins area of unincorporated Pierce. So as you can see, geographically, from the mountain to the sound, we serve quite a wide range of folks across Pierce County. And we are officially the fourth largest library system in the state of Washington. Our system holds well over 1 million books in items in our collection. Go ahead with the next slide, please. Since I've been here, I've been doing a lot to bring forward increased transparency in the library's finances. This is the first year we will be launching in 2026 a ClearGov budget book. So all of our budgeting will be on the front end and transparent on our website and online. And now as well with the annual report, the library district did not used to have an annual report, and we have started that process. While it feels a little lean on details, we do have a lot of financial information on our website and continue to make improvements on this each year. We are also one of the few library districts in the state of Washington that has our full accounting through the SAO's FIT tool, which is the Finance Intelligence tool. And that's a space where you can go to as well to really dig into any of the library's finances on the auditing side. So we'll have both the budget and the accounting side by 2027. All said, that's a lot of words. We are almost fully funded by property taxes. In the state of Washington, junior districts, we can levy up to 50 cents per 1,000. Our current levy rate is at 33, 32. We continue to decrease as the market value of the district gets larger, or the value of it gets larger. We do have a small bit of non-tax revenue, and we continue to grow that. We're working really aggressively to build our supportive arms for philanthropic giving and looking for non-tax revenue to support capital projects, operations, grants, all kinds of different things there. So there's just a sort of snapshot. The thing I'd like to highlight for you all is this is actually very typical of libraries. So you think of libraries and you think of books, that's certainly our brand, but also it's people. Books are just books on shelves. It's the people that really make the difference about helping understand what somebody's really looking for or what their needs are and connecting them to the resources, which may not be books anymore. In fact, increasingly is not. We have staff in the branches that are helping people find jobs, file for different types of services. We have school students coming in looking for homework help. When you think about the world of information and how vast it is, you can imagine the challenge that our staff have in understanding what exactly someone's really needing and how to connect them to those. So that said, about 70% of our budget goes to our people. Around 10% is common in libraries for their collections, and the remaining is capital, M&O, all the kind of leases and administrative costs. Go ahead, next slide, please. That small arm of privately raised funding comes from a foundation and friends of the library groups. I'm very pleased to report we had a successful Trivia Bee fundraiser this last Saturday night where we raised over $60,000 to support our outreach. That work allows us to go out into communities where we don't have buildings and give away free books for kids, particularly in low-income areas, to start home libraries, as well as other outreach activities, things that our tax dollars can't do. And actually, I'd love Lindsay to share a little bit about what happens at the Buckley Friends of the Library group.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to our Buckley Friends because they're a really great group. They not only support us in putting on amazing programs and services for our community, but they're also really active in this community. You may have seen them at Hometown Market over the summer. They were there almost every week. They just last week hosted a game night in collaboration with the Buckley Downtown Association. And then monthly at the library, they put on book sales, really fun themed book sales. So they're just really active in this community, and they're always looking for new members too. So you can stop by the library if you want to learn how to join.
Thank you. It's a great way to get involved in your local community. And we're grateful to have that community support across the system in all our different branches. Also hint, it's October, so it's a great place to go get Christmas presents because they have a lot of really good stuff in those book sales. Next slide, please. So a little bit about the system. In 2024, the library reports annually to the state through the State Library of Washington. The state of Washington then reports to the federal government through the Institute for Museum and Library Services. So these numbers are what almost every library will collect each year. How many people visited your building? How many times were your collections used? How many card holders do you have? All of that. So we're still seeing a kind of balance in pre-pandemic levels to today. We've learned a lot about what people's expectations are for convenience, the way that people have discovered digital content and don't need to come in for audiobooks on CD. They can download a book from the library on their phone and listen to an audiobook in their car. So we're tracking these, and we're also rebuilding a whole new data set. So again, with transparency, we can have a dashboard that will communicate more openly more than once a year about what's happening in the library system, about the use. But that's sort of a snapshot of where we're at in 2024 and are working hard to keep getting those numbers back up. Do you want to share a little about what's happening in Buckley specifically?
Yeah, what I love about the Buckley Library is we're constantly seeing families with young kids come in and they're reading together in the library. So our children's collections are some of our most well-loved collections. Our picture books are super popular, and our children's graphic novels are really popular. We actually have a pair of brothers that come in every single week with their grandma, and they always return a bag about this big full of graphic novels, and they fill it right back up again. So just a really great place for families to come in.
Especially homeschool families. I've seen them come with wagons for their collections, their haul. Go ahead, next slide, please. So in 2025 in January, our Board of Trustees, who are appointed by the county executive and ratified by the council, approved a new strategic plan. And with that plan, we refreshed our mission, vision, and values. This was a very community-led and staff-led program, or excuse me, plan, where we got a lot of community input in 2022 into 2023. So if you took our survey, thank you. This is the product of those kinds of inquiries. And nothing too different from what we've had for many years, but good to have a fresh spin on what the world looks like today. So those mission, vision, and values will guide our operational work. And then next slide, please. Our 4 articulated goals to serve the community are enhancing the library experience. That does include our online accessibility and space online, welcoming inclusive spaces and services. What that means to us is everything from, gosh, these look like really comfortable chairs. I bet our folks sitting at the computer for 2 hours working on a college essay would like a comfy chair like this. Thinking about how all bodies fit into chairs differently, whether they have casters or bases or arms to help you up. So we're really thinking holistically about what that means to have welcoming and inclusive spaces. We're emphasizing strategic partnerships. We know we can't do this work alone. A lot of times you'll see in libraries, we kind of fill some gaps in services that might be available. And so we're working to build out more strategic partnerships to help community members connect to those resources. Our librarians are not social workers. And so it's important that we have those connections, as well as going out into the community where people can't reach us in the buildings. And finally, building a sustainable future is a focus area for us. In public libraries, call it the triple bottom line, but we're really focusing on environmental, fiscal, and community. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. It's been a very long day.
Priorities.
Thank you. Yeah. We want to be sustainable. We know that, it costs money to run buildings and public sector work. We are beholden to the 1% property tax like you all are. And so we're really working hard to get our services into our means. And the last piece I wanted to share with you is we are nearing completion of a long-range capital plan. So since I've been here, we're doing a lot of planning, and we'll be reaching back out to cities in early 26 to chat a little bit about what our findings are, what opportunities there might be. Most of our buildings, including Buckley, are a little older and haven't had major remodels in many years. So we're trying to take a holistic look at the whole system, where we have buildings like Key Center built in 1974. I forget what year Buckley was built, 91, I think it was 91. So stay tuned. I'll be reaching out to the community again early next year to chat. And with that, last slide is thank you for your time. We're happy to answer any, events. I had one more for you to share.
We always have a lot of awesome events, but some of them coming up. We have story times every Friday, so it's really great for all different ages for families. And then something new we've started this fall, also for youth and families, is playtimes, and those are on Saturdays, just sort of open play for families. For adults, we have a book group, Main Street Reads, and that's once a month on Thursdays. And then we have a hybrid keys to home ownership financial literacy program. So if you know anyone who's interested in learning about how to become a home owner and some of the important financial steps to take to do that. I mentioned the Friends of the Buckley Library book sale that, again, we have going on every month. And then one thing I really love that we do is we partner with the Buckley Youth Activity Center, just a couple doors down from us, and we put on monthly teen programs there.
And I would be remiss if I did not highlight for you all that if you're not familiar with Lindsay, she was named 2025 White River Champion for her community work. She is really committed to being in this community, and really appreciate her leadership in Buckley. So now we're done. Thank you. Happy to answer any questions you might have, and thank you for your time and your support, your partnership.
Anybody? I've got a couple, just, do you guys take donations to the Friends of the Buckley Library?
Absolutely.
They do it during their book sale.
Oh, during the book sale?
Yeah, they also do it on the first and third Wednesday of the month in the afternoon.
Okay. And can you guys give us just a brief update maybe on the capital or semi-capital project you guys just finished up over there with all the landscaping and, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a 10-year project that
Yeah.
preceded me. Yeah, we ended up doing it in phases. We did get, the project is complete at this point. So we don't have any additional funding in the 26 budget for any further work at this time.
Okay.
So
And if, instead of me guessing, what was the driver behind all the landscaping and all the outdoor work?
It was a soil remediation project because there
Okay.
used to be a gas station on
Macaulay.
that property. Yeah.
and then the contractors, we had to redo the landscaping because of a concern around some of that contamination. So they went back in under the asphalt, I believe. Sorry, I wasn't project managing
No,
that. So I
right.
don't know all the details. But it did extend it, and that was why we had to put landscaping in and then do work and go back and put it back in.
Okay. Yeah, that was my understanding, was because Macaulay's gas, Chevron was there for.
Yeah, there were USTs under
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
it took a while to get through the Department of Ecology, which is why it was a 10-year project.
And it was a grant through Ecology, is that right? Or
I
did you
think
guys?
so, but
fund-
we ended up paying cash for
Okay.
much of the work. So since I've been here, we've definitely spent at least $1 million on the groundwork.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
There's also, just for your knowledge, they have a long-term right-of-way use permit for monitoring wells within River Ave.
Oh.
So that
okay.
they're constantly monitoring that to make sure that it's not leaching further.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right,
Yeah, you know. where that
super.
is.
All right, anybody else? Questions, comments? Are either of you familiar with Atlas Shrugs?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
okay. Do you have that digitally?
Probably.
Probably. Okay, just a totally random question.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. If you're not familiar, Libby is our app. The product is called Overdrive, but you download the Libby app, and all you need is a library card, which you can also get online. And then you can sign in they actually have magazines now too, audiobooks,
Okay.
like print books. And if you have a Kindle, there is a plugin so that you can actually read it on a Kindle reader as well.
Oh, okay.
So when you're looking at tightening your belt in the next couple of years, don't forget about your friends down the street. You're already paying for it. You might as well come and use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That should be like our new slogan. You're already paying for it. You might as well use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. If I may, I would like to just leave you with one example of the types of interactions that our staff have in these branches. Lindsay was telling me about a mother named Megan and her 2 boys who are homeschooled in this community. And Megan was looking for ways to make social connections with other people. And she came to the family story time that Lindsay was talking about, where she wanted to meet other kids, or families with kids their age. And she met Victoria and her daughter, Kendall. And they continued to come to our story time week after week and developed a friendship that expanded well outside of the library once the story times had ended. And I just want to comment that we offer free programs like that all across our system. And they are trusted places for those families and community members to come together to learn and to have those experiences. So at PCLS, you might come in for a literacy experience, but you might also leave with a new friend. So thank you. We look forward
Perfect.
to seeing you again in a couple
Yeah.
of months. I'll reach out to you.
Thank you both.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good night.
Right. And secondly, we have our 2024 Audit Entrance Conference, and Director of Finance, Mrs. Hines.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Yes, may feel like we did just end the audit and you were somewhat right. We just finished the 22-23 audit earlier this year in March. And now we are all caught up with past years and up to our current year, which is now auditing a single year, 2024. We have some of the same team that we had last year with the same Team Everett office, which I'm very happy about. And so we have Kurt Gadboys, which is the audit manager. Jen Rosler is our kind of my day-to-day contact. And then Courtney Amundson had joined right at the end of the last audit and is now on this one. And so I believe Courtney and Kirk are both on tonight and are going to do the entrance conference for the 24 audit and kind of walk through the process and plan for this year's audit. So, okay.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for taking a few moments to meet with us today. As mentioned, my name is Courtney Emerson. I'm the supervisor, or excuse me, the audit manager for Team Everett, and Kirk is supervising your audit and has done so for the last couple of years. So we're happy to be back again. You should have received a packet of information. You don't need to have that in front of you. That's meant more to be a reference for you in the future. Everything that we will be discussing in our presentation tonight is included in there. So after this, if you have questions, you can refer back to that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, make sure that everybody can see that. And I just want to make sure, Kirk, you are.
I think I have audio, but I don't have video for some
That's
reason.
okay.
Okay.
And we've seen you, so. All right. So as the state auditor and that office, we are tasked with auditing the use of all state and local funds. And so in doing so, we conduct audits across over 2,700 audits each year across all of your state and local governments in Washington state. And so what you'll see on this slide is all of the different types of audits that we conduct each year. And that can be from a variety of different small types of audits, from your performance audits, well, those are larger, but there's a variety of audits that we do. But our two most consistent and most often conducted audits are your accountability and your financial statement audit, which is the two that are highlighted. And those are the two areas that we will be auditing this year. And so as was mentioned, we are all caught up. We are back into what you would expect to have is a regular 1-year audit. And this is the normal time of year that we would be conducting your audit. So we're really happy to be on track with that. And so as we are getting started on your audit, we're going to be looking at accountability, mainly focusing on, whether or not you are in compliance with state laws, regulations, contracts, grant agreements, your own policies and procedures, really just making sure that you are in compliance with whatever is expected of you, and that you have adequate controls in place to make sure that you are using those public funds as they are intended and safeguarding the assets that you have in your city. And then so moving on to the financial statement audit, the goal of that audit is to issue an opinion, to let you know whether or not, not just you, but anybody that needs to utilize your financial information, to let you know whether or not that is reliable, if it's accurate, and really can be utilized for whatever it's needed for. And so our office, in being that independent auditing agency, provides you that assurance for you and for anybody else that you can rely on whatever the opinion is. We hope it's a clean opinion, but whatever that is a great resource to have. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kirk, and he's going to talk more specifically about what we have selected for testing this year.
Great. Thank you, Courtney. Well, it's good to be back. I'm sorry that my video option isn't here working in Zoom, but that's okay. Yeah, I've seen me in previous years. And yeah, it's good to be back for the third audit supervising for the city of Buckway there. So for the first audit, as Courtney mentioned, this is our accountability audit, where we just basically look at how the city is safeguarding public resources, and are you complying with different state laws and your own internal policies and procedures. In prior years, I know we looked at expenditures and how the city was spending funds. This year, one of our main areas of focus is going to be looking at cash receipting. So how is the city bringing in funds, all the different cash receipting locations, and how does the city make sure that those funds that are coming in are deposited and tracked and monitored, obviously the way that you would expect and they should be. Another area we're going to be looking at is payroll. This is an area we're going to be looking at. It's kind of a big area around the state, but we just want to look at how employees are paid, the different types of methods that employees are paid, whether that's leave cash outs or bonus or incentive payments. And then also another big area is shift exchanges as well. And those are really usually done more in police and fire departments, but those are going to be trades of shifts, kind of going back and forth between employees. We want to make sure that if employees trade shifts, that those trades actually occur and go both ways. And obviously, there's no abuse over those programs if they're established. Other areas we're going to look at this year are kind of areas that we look at across all governments as when we do audits. But as part of our planning procedures, we read through all your meeting minutes and make sure that you're complying with all aspects of the Open Public Meetings Act. So we would bring any documentation issues or any issues that we identify to your attention if we noticed any of those issues. And then the last area we look at is the financial condition. And that's just a really common area for us to be looking at, especially right now. We know a lot of governments, whether it's counties, cities, the state itself, school districts, every government, it seems like, is really navigating new times here because a lot of federal funding is going away now that all the COVID funding is going away. So we're looking at just the financial condition of governments, making sure that if the revenues are decreasing a lot because of that decrease in federal funding, the governments are pivoting and adjusting their budgets to make sure that expenditures aren't exceeding your revenues and that you're creating plans that make your government fiscally sustainable. So that's really our main focus for this year's accountability audit. As Courtney mentioned, we're also going to be doing a financial statement audit this year. So this is over the fiscal year 2024, your 2024 statements. And so we're going to be reviewing those statements and just making sure that they're prepared correctly and all the numbers can be relied upon and external readers can know that they're accurate. So the ultimate objective with a financial statement audit is to issue an opinion. And so we hope to give that opinion at the end of the audit, good, clean, unmodified opinion. And really that's what you kind of want to receive. Along with that opinion though, because we do our audit in accordance with government auditing standards, we also look at the internal controls behind how those statements are prepared. So even if we don't identify any significant misstatements or material misstatements, if Sandy just randomly guessed those numbers correctly all the way through your statements, but really did not have strong internal controls, we would be required under auditing standards to report significant deficiencies or material weaknesses, internal controls to the governing body so that you would have a chance to correct those before it causes a material weakness in the future. And then we'd also be required to notice and report on any kind of non-compliance that we identify. So non-compliance with state laws or regulations, things like that. During our audit, we do have lots of opportunities to stay engaged with our audit team and just, we really value communication a lot throughout this whole process. So we've already held a pre-audit meeting to kind of just kick off the audit and meet everybody and kind of pick up on where we left off at the last audit. We sent out an engagement letter that just basically outlines all the different expectations that we can expect from you and what you can expect from our office. And then also we reached out and we performed some risk assessments with some of your managements and directors just to kind of check in and have those one-on-one conversations to see if there were any risks that we should know about before we start the audit, or if there's any sensitive areas you wanted us to consider when we perform the audit. And then now we're at the point where we're holding weekly status meetings just to keep everyone up to date with where we're at, just no surprises. If we identify something, we want to let you know about it right away. Yeah, no surprises is a big thing. And then at the end of the audit, our two things that we do is we have a management representation letter we have for your management to sign, just acknowledging that you provided us all information and provided us access to all the people we needed to talk to. And then also we'll have an exit conference where, similar to this one, we just want to meet with you, discuss the results of the audit, let you know about any recommendations we have, or let you know about good results as well. If we do have any recommendations, there's 3 different levels we have. The most significant level of reporting is what we call findings. And those recommendations are included in the audit reports word for word. So these would be like material instances of non-compliance or material errors identified or significant errors identified in your financial statements or when we do the accountability audit. Our next level down is called management letters. And unlike findings that are again, included word for word in the audit report, management letters are just referenced in the audit report, but not included word for word. We do provide those to City Council, Mayor, and key members of management because these are areas that will likely require city policy changes or some sort of procedure change, or just make you think about your procedures and reevaluate how you want to set up your control structures. Our last level of recommendations is called the exit items. Those are going to be those called like insignificant, immaterial, kind of more housekeeping type items. Think of these as like best practices types items that we would communicate just to your management, and because we would have the confidence that they'd be able to correct those at the departmental level or on an individual level. Couple pieces of important information as we go through the audit is there is a great chance that we're going to be asking for information that's confidential, especially when we're doing these payroll reviews and things like that. So don't just send us emails with a bunch of confidential information in it. We really want to safeguard information as much as possible. We have multiple ways to do this with secure file transfer systems, or even we're planning on coming on site one day because we would like to visit, meet everyone in person, and see the city's operations firsthand. So if there's ever any information that is confidential, please let us know about it and we'll figure out the best way to get that to us. We also included the audit costs in our entrance packet there for you, so you can take a look at that. We always hope to complete the audits within budget or even under budget if possible. Also, we included all the names and contact information, not only for Courtney and myself, but also our assistant directors as well that are in Olympia that oversee local audit around the state. The reason why is because we want to be very transparent with the city. If ever you feel that there's just things that are coming up that you have questions about the audit process or anything like that, feel free to reach out to Courtney and myself. We're happy to talk to you anytime about anything going on during the audit. Or if you just feel that you want to talk to someone else, that's fine. We have the contact information for our directors there as well. And another piece of information we want to share with you too, just kind of as we wrap things up here, is about loss reporting. There is a state law that does require you to report to our office immediately if you know or even suspect any loss of public funds. The reason why is because we want to know about this because we want to ask your staff some questions about, what are the next steps? Have you considered these things? Have you considered this? And kind of ask and direct you to know if this is a loss that might be more significant than you think. So please let us know about it right away if you know or suspect a loss. Notify our office. We have a very easy way to do that. And we can then help you out with, what are those next steps. But another big thing with losses that we want to bring to your attention is cybersecurity issues. We know that a lot of losses right now are not just, people walking in and stealing things or whatever. It's a lot of exterior, foreign or even, domestic people that are breaking into your systems and causing all sorts of problems. And we just want to know about those. So 2 things to know about this. If you suspect that you have any kind of cyber loss, so any kind of cybersecurity issues where you think that there might be a data breach where it affects more than 500 Washington State residents, please let the Attorney General's office know about it because there is a state law that requires you to do that. But then also let our office know about any kind of cyber loss or cyber frauds or anything like that right away. And again, the reason why is because we have a whole team within our office set up that really specializes in these frauds and losses and these cybersecurity issues. And the more we know about kind of what's going on out there, the more we can resources and guidance that we can provide to our governments around the state on how to prevent or hopefully prevent any significant cyber attacks from affecting your city. So we have links on this slide here. You can take a look at it and see, how to report those if those do end up coming up. One other question we get occasionally in our office is, if we audit all governments in the state of Washington, we audit the state, we audit all counties, we audit all cities, all school districts, everyone. Some people ask, well, who audits us then? Who audits the state auditor's office? So the answer to that question is we undergo every 3 years a peer review. So an external state auditor's office or representatives from state auditor's offices from around the country will come in and they review our operations just like we review your operations. And in fact, we just completed our peer review just in the last couple of weeks here, our 3-year peer review. And so once again, we are proud to say that we got the highest level of grade you can possibly get from these peer reviews, which was pass. So that's good. Well, we're happy with a pass. But also, I wish, auditors gave better praise than just pass. So at the end of this audit, we'll hopefully give your city more praise than just pass. That's my goal. So we'll try to do that for you all. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing the results of the most recent or the 3 years ago peer review, you can see that on the website there. And I'm sure the one that we just completed here about a week or two ago will be online as well. So there you go. And Courtney, I think you had a couple wrap up comments as well. So
Yeah, there's just a couple of other teams that we just want to make you aware of if you are not already. The first one is our local government support team. They are the team that maintain the BARS manual, that is what you utilize to create your financial statements. And they also maintain the annual online filing system, which is where you upload your financial statements. Their goal really is to make that process run as smoothly as possible. They want to do everything in their power to make that easy for you. So they do that through a variety of different trainings, and really when you get to that point to upload, they will be there every step of the way, however they can be. So, but they also provide the client portal, which includes our help desk. And that is a great resource to use. It's at no additional charge to the city, but you can submit any question that you might have, from procurement questions, credit card questions, you name it. You can submit a question, and the specialist that's most applicable will respond back to you, and you can work with them to make sure that you get the answer that you need. So we do encourage you to utilize that resource as you need it. The other team that is available is the Center for Government Innovation. So they are another team that create a variety of different resources. And so there is a resource, a library that is available on our website that just has a variety of different best practices in a wide array of fields. Again, you kind of name it, they probably have it. Sometimes it can be almost overwhelming, but their goal is to really give you that extra help that, if you just want some assurance that your cash receipting process has good controls in place, they'll give you best practices and ideas for that, or just give you assurance that what you're doing is really good. But they also provide a few other different types of resources through things like cyber checkups. As Kirk mentioned, that's unfortunately an area that's on the rise. And so they have a quick cyber check that can just look for, big red flags in your process and in your controls that, or in your policies that might open the door for a potential cybersecurity attack. And so, again, that's a great resource to utilize. They can also come on site and do different types of trainings, whether that be, lean trainings or team building workshops. They can customize, to what you need, depending on what you're interested in. And then, as was mentioned earlier, they also are the ones that created and maintain the financial intelligence tool. So again, that's a great resource to just get an idea of whether that be where the city's financial health is. There's different ratios and different resources in there to kind of help you get an idea of where you're at. But you can also take a look at other local governments across the state. You can either compare, or just if you're interested, again, it's just a great resource to kind of see where different people are at or where you're at. So with that, are there any questions for us today?
Anybody? We got Connie and Mackenzie. Okay. I haven't seen a Wheel of Fortune dial in Sandy's office, so I don't think she's guessing at numbers that I know.
We're glad she hasn't changed that process
No.
this year.
no, I haven't seen that either. We've been very happy with how Sandy's working over there. Thank you all so much for letting us come to your meeting. Really appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you both. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Too. All right. And with that, we'll move into public comment. Anybody like to speak for up to 3 minutes? Let's see. Carolyn, would you like to go first?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Carolyn Robertson Harding here on behalf of the Buckley Chamber of Commerce tonight. We're winding down our year. This is the last quarter and we're getting into that holiday season. So we have a few things coming up here for downtown. October 25th from 4 to 6. We will be giving out $1,200 worth of candy. So you know any little kids that want some candy, there's the place to be. They've got 2 hours. So that will be happening. And we will also now, because we have the received those LTAC funds, we were able to purchase the speaker system and stuff. So we're going to run some Halloween music from October 25th through the end of the week, just for the end of the month, just to kind of have some upbeat downtown. So that'll be fun. Secondly, the holiday tree lighting is coming up again on November 29th after Thanksgiving there. So we will also then be doing some holiday music as well. So that'll be kind of fun. December 17th is the Chamber's Christmas party. So we'll be sending out invites to all of you to be able to attend if you so choose. We'd love to have you. And that'll be hosted by the Well House, by the Johansson family. And then also, this year we're again doing Merry and Bright, which is a holiday opportunity for businesses and residents in the downtown to be able to decorate their homes and be a part of the kind of holiday season. And we were thinking it might be kind of fun for the city hall to join this year with the brand new building. Maybe some twinkle lights, some snowflakes, something.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Do we just, while you're up here, Chris, do we have it sorted out, the speaker system, so that somebody can get in to wherever they need to get into?
It's a work in progress.
Okay.
I'm assuming you mean if there's issues.
Correct.
Yeah, we'll come up with a plan.
And are you gonna do it all week long? Is that the plan?
I think, yeah, but not like all day. We
Right.
were thinking more, like business hours, obviously, and be very respectful of the evening times for people that happen to live downtown, so they don't have to hear spooky music for hours.
So pretty much during working hours of.
Yeah, I think Ally said she's open till 7 or 8. And I know noise ordinance is 10, right? So we'll be done way before
Yeah,
that.
if we can have somebody on call, or just
Yeah.
if we can sort out so somebody can get a key or whatever they need.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anybody got any objections to lighting up City Hall for holidays?
For Christmas, yeah, for Christmas, that'd be great.
Okay, one for Christmas. Anything, Connie or Mackenzie?
Some direction on lights, multicolored lights.
Yeah, well, I just, one step at a time. We'll see. Yeah.
I prefer Griswolding.
Every 4 inches
Ripping the
roof.
whole roof.
In the new metal roof. Okay. All right, thank you, Carolyn. We have Bill.
My name's Bill Davis. I don't actually live in Buckley, but the post office calls it Buckley. I'm in the Summer Hill neighborhood, 23117 113th. I had a dispute with Social Security a couple of years ago, and in the process ended up contacting our representative, Kim Schreier. Her staff made me aware that they had an official thank you for anyone who served in Vietnam. I was completely unaware of. I signed up for it and I was quite impressed with it. She gives you a certificate, an official welcome home, and a collar pin that you can wear. If you know of anybody that is a veteran or knows of a veteran that wants to be welcomed home officially, contact your office in Issaquah. And actually, I've got it. The Issaquah office is 509-850. Oh, wait, that's Yakima. Issaquah, 425-657-1001. Anyway, and I'll stick around after the meeting if anybody wants to see it.
Okay.
Closer look.
Did Dr. Schreier deliver that to you? I understood she was in town here recently.
I
they mailed
missed it. I saw one of her virtual things like a week ago, but I didn't know she was in town.
Yeah,
I suspect she'll be back with one of the bridge openings,
hopefully.
assuming they happen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Super, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't have anybody else signed up, but if anybody would like to speak for up to 3 minutes, I think we've got just about everybody and. Okay, and then we'll have another opportunity at the end. All right, with that, the mayor's report, the one thing I have sitting in front of me, well, just a quick update on the bridge. You know, Chris, has WashDOT put that out about the change to the paint? Did they put that out officially? Do we know?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, I know I've seen some of it on social media, so just for anybody that hasn't heard. WashDOT, their standard is 5 coats of paint. Generally they require 24 hours in between coats for cure. They approved, because this is an emergency, they approved the contractor, which is Purcell, I think, with Atkinson, to reduce that from 24 to 12 hours in between, because this is an emergency. Probably not because we're a year or so past its replacement date, but I don't know. So painting is underway and we're really hoping, we're hearing lots of rumors lately, but things are well ahead of schedule. So we're hoping in the next week-ish, week and a half, we'll know something. We'll have a meeting Thursday and that'll really narrow down our time window. So without getting any further, that's where we'll leave it. WashDOT, we've been trying our best to let WashDOT roll out the information, which is what hasn't been happening, but so be it. Okay, and the other thing in front of me is, just so for everybody, council and public, Chris was able to get us some ridership numbers after a little bit of hounding from Pierce Transit. And so for basically a month, I think I've got 30 days sitting here in front of me. So for the month of, from September 11th to October 10th, roughly a month, we had 62 total riders on the transit system, which is free to all riders. And the bill we received from Pierce Transit was for a little less than $14,000 for that period. So roughly $250 a head to ride around town, in a small loop. Not what we originally requested, but, hopefully we're coming to the end of this. And, so just so everybody kind of knows, I wanted some numbers from Pierce County so I could share it not Pierce County, Pierce Transit, not Pierce County. And so that's where we're at with that. Just so happened that I noticed October 9th and 10th at the very end of this report, no riders in the AM or PM, and they broke it down. I asked them to break it down morning and evening. So, but if anybody would like a free ride around
The numbers are
town,
pretty close, morning versus evening, they're pretty close.
it's not exactly
Yeah.
the party bus, but it certainly could be. I know the businesses would welcome a little beverage intake and so on and so forth. So, what else do I have? Planning Commission.
I don't have any update. The last planning commission, the information got provided to the council the next night at the study session. So that was
Correct.
over the last week.
That was last study session, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right, with that, consent agenda.
On tonight's consent agenda is approval of the minutes of the June 10th, 2025 city council meeting, July 8th, 2025 city council meeting, July 22nd, 2025 city council meeting, and claims and payroll.
Move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
All in favor? All opposed?
Motion carries.
And into the regular agenda.
On the regular agenda is ordinance number 09-25, amending BMC 2.285.1005, Judge Pro Tem.
Move to adopt ordinance number 09-25, amending Buckley Municipal Code, chapter 2.28.100, parentheses 5, Judge Pro Tems.
Second.
Okay, and is Mrs. Cash with us?
He's not, but I will be happy to answer what I
I've
can.
got Cash on here, so.
I know.
Okay. Anybody? Questions, comments, concerns for the judge pro tem?
This is something that RCW passed in 2022. Jessica Cash just realized that when reviewing our code, it wasn't up to date. So we're just bringing it forward to get our code up to date.
Okay, thanks, Trina. All right, this will be a roll call vote.
Smith,
Aye.
Anderson. She said I'm a yes vote. Bergerson,
Yes.
Green,
Aye.
Arsano,
Yes.
Bender. He's muted.
I heard something.
Oh, motion carries.
Perfect. Okay, and staff reports, third quarter fire department, I know,
Chief wasn't able to make it.
yeah, our chief has some family, his mom's not.
Right.
Had to look after his mom this
Yeah.
afternoon, so, but we've got it in front of us. If anybody, Chris, if you want to touch on anything, or does anybody have any
Sorry.
questions for the fire
Any
department
questions?
report? Okay. And city administrator update.
So you guys all were handed a memo from Director Snodgrass regarding the use of the Foothills Trail while the bridge has been out. It's kind of a snapshot of that usage from October 1st through the 10th, and we just thought it'd be interesting to show or share this information with you all. It's really pretty impressive. You know, the total trail user count has been between the 1st and 10th has been 34,230. Daily average of 3,523. Average weekdays 3,569. The weekends 2,338. And then the peak of the week is usually Tuesdays at 3,915 users. So, and this is Pierce County Parks put this counter, this laser counter that is invisible out there to collect this data, and we'll continue to collect this data after the 410 bridge is open. So it'll be useful data moving forward. Any questions regarding that?
No.
Yeah, on the back, it even has the times.
Yeah.
Times, it's
Mhm.
pretty interesting.
Yeah. There's a couple other things. Staff will be starting to work on the 2026 legislative priorities. So look to see that draft in the next, I don't know, few weeks. And then the Public Works Department via a contractor just finished completely striping all the streets in town. So streets should be looking better.
Mhm. Just in time
Just in time.
for the rain.
Yep.
And before Halloween.
Yep.
I know it's nice out on Collins with the ditches being so deep and all the people going to the Fright Factory. It's perfect timing.
Yep. And that's all I have.
Okay. All right, with that, we're back to public comments. Anything, Marvin, anything? No? They didn't stripe sheets? Have we ever striped sheets?
We have, we have.
We have.
We've striped it, and I gotta back up a second. They did miss 2 or 3 streets and yours is one of them. It's listed.
Okay,
It's coming, providing weather.
okay. That's a good one. It's narrow enough.
It
It'd
is
be
narrow.
nice to have fog lines at least,
Yeah.
for sure. Okay. All right. Council member comments and go to the order. Ron.
I'd like to say that the West Mason project came out outstanding. It looks great once it was completed with
the sidewalks, you know, the ADA sidewalks, all that, all of the striping and the striping, the street striping, I watched it happening, going around, and it looks great. The streets are looking great. If we could get Sheets Road and the other one or two done, and that would be great. Everybody have fresh paint, but that West Mason project is outstanding.
Perfect. Good. It did turn out nice. All right. Anybody else? We got Connie and Mackenzie, if they've got anything on Zoom.
Nothing from Mackenzie.
Okay. All right. And Connie probably got the sheets. She heard the sheets conversation. Okay. All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Motion carries.
Thank you, council.
Oh.